And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Red Planet Farming, where we just finished up Gale Crater, and we're off to Valles, Marineris, which, as you notice, may have a few new hazards. Because we're in the bottom of a canyon, we have landslide issues, we have quake issues, earthquake issues. Looks like we finally arrived here. Okay. Surprised we made it. He's a little pessimistic. I'm not going to necessarily read his text. You, with the advantage of YouTube and being able to pause, can pause to see what he's saying. I'm just going to click through it pretty quickly so we can get into the actual gameplay. Our first quest here, much like the last one, is to grow to a particular amount of population. In this case, it is 30 people. And we are being provided with hazard expectations. This is one of the zones where we can have landslides. So these markers are indications on places where we can have landslides. The first year we won't have any. So we're being basically presented with a new situation here. We still have the potatoes. The hardy potato is still down here in the canyon with us. Instead of spinach, we have beans. Beans need extra lighting down here in the canyon. The light isn't particularly great. They cost 4. They only earn us 3 money. Right now they're actually earning us 6 because we're in a high demand year for them. But they provide 5 substance. So we'll probably want to do some beans here in the first year. We may not keep them around. But we'll do 3 beans and probably call that good right now. Because that will just feed everyone. Keeps it nice and simple. Yeah. And again, no real hazards this first year here in the trench. Just the fact that we need to either water the potatoes or light the beans. So we lit the beans. And we're presented with the first choice. Do we want mushrooms, which need cold snap protection, and provide 1 more food, and, well, provide 6 food and 6 earnings, which is 1 more than they cost. Or wheat, which is a fairly cheap crop, provides quite a bit of subsistence, but is not even making enough earnings to pay for itself. I think we're going to go early on here with the mushrooms. He's making a comment on, oh, it's a bit weird that we don't have a hazard, and the answer is because we have a hazard. It says we're gonna have landslides this year. The landslides do not get shown to you is what happens. Okay, we have high demand for potatoes, so yeah, we're gonna swap from one to the other. We're gonna swap over to potatoes. Don't have enough to make that work. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting problem. Well, we're gonna see how an earthquake does damage to these things. So obviously you get fired if too many people die in a given go. Well, sequentially. I think it doesn't necessarily penalize you. You can have a pretty bad year and it won't give you too much of a problem. But if you have multiple bad years, it'll give you a problem. Okay, so we got a little bit light off that year. We needed to feed 16. The landslide did damage our crops, but didn't just completely destroy them. So we produced 16 of the 18 food required, so population dropped a little bit. This year, the high demand crop is the mushrooms. So I'm tempted just to slap a bunch of mushrooms down. Yeah, we'll just slap a couple mushrooms down and call it good. In the meantime, we will go ahead and work on expanding our building space. I'm not surprised we didn't have a hazard that year, but everything went fine. Got our mushroom yield. Population's going back up again. We're going to pick up the mustard plant here. This is a perennial, so this is a good way to earn money. Does have the drawback that it basically provides no subsistence. So it basically doesn't feed anyone. This is the first year we're going to have cold snaps. It's still high demand season for the mushrooms, so it may still be worth doing the mushrooms again. Yeah, I think that was worth it. And we'll slap a single thing of potato out there to cover the shortfall. Ready 40 income. Okay. Nice, slow, methodical growth. So most of the income, obviously, that year came from the mushrooms. But a little bit more of the food came from the potatoes than otherwise. Got a new seed. And the new seed is actually what's in high demand. So we definitely want to grow some mushrooms, or grow some mustard. We have no cold snap risk, so I might just do mushroom, 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 mushroom. So that'll be money positive. Yeah, that won't be much money positive, it's only +1 money. And then we'll slap as cost mustard down. So that'll earn us a lot of money, but it's not really going to feed anyone. But at least it's also respawning, so that's a very good source of long-term money as long as we can protect it. Yeah. Landslide, but we had all our landslide vulnerable places protected. So no problems there. Just in case the first one wasn't enough. And yeah, we can see the mushrooms are feeding people, the mustard plant is generating us all the revenue that we're going to want for expansion. Okay, we can't put any more mustard down, it's out of stock, which is fine. And we can put mushroom down, which is what we'll do. And the power plant down here is a little bit cheaper than the solar panel. It's 20 instead of 25, but also provides less power. You know, we're a little low on power, so I might actually slap one of the power plants down. Yeah. And I don't think they don't need protection from the landslides, so we can just slap it down and get the power there. Okay. We won't be making quite so much money this year on the mustard. But we also didn't need to pay to plant it, so net profit for the year is probably a bit higher. Okay, we got up to 30, so we got the reward for kickstarting the colony. Wheat or peanuts? Ooh, I don't know what that... I think that quest might be wheat related. Yeah, so it was a good choice I did pick the wheat. Guess I'm likely to do Marsquakes. Okay. So the upgrades on these plots may be destroyed, unless we upgrade them with Marsquake protection. don't think we're necessarily gonna worry about that. Ooh, interesting. So mustard's back in season, but at the same time we're gonna run into a problem that I need something to actually grow. Okay, we'll pull the heaters up for the moment, get the money back from that. So we need to grow, well, to be fair, the quest is wanting us to grow 5 soybeans. Well, let's actually just grow 5 soybeans. And obviously we'll want to slap the growth lamps on them, so they actually work. I'll go above and beyond. Let's also protect these so they don't get broken. And then we'll slap mustard in. That will feed everyone and make us a lot of money, which we can put towards expanding and building and such. Okay. Why didn't Margequake resist the some of the mustard irrigation? The mustard apparently got irrigated enough that it wasn't a problem. So we got our food and got our income there. Okay, we're gonna avoid putting down more beans. Because the mushrooms are gonna do everything they do in the same space better. Even though we don't have to hold production down for them. We do want to put 5 batches of wheat down. I suppose the wheat wants the additional lighting as well. Okay. So if we put that down, how do we look on food? Plenty good. Okay. We don't have any mustard to put down. Okay, let's not put mustard down then. Let's back that off and just take the plots. We don't know we're going to do the plots yet, but we'll take them. Okay, and that should work. Should meet our food requirements, should provide us with plenty of money. Maybe not the best money return this turn, but we're making profit at least on what we've planted. We're not necessarily making profit on all the upgrades, it was a lot of upgrades. And we're having to constantly replace that irrigation, which is maybe not the best. I got 35 points for the study and grow lights. Carrots are tempting. I think we'll go with the peanuts though. And we're being told to we're being requested to specifically grow a bunch of those peanuts. Okay, beans are in high demand. They're actually worth planting when they're in high demand, so we'll go ahead and put them down. Doesn't look like we have a cold snap this year, so we could get away with putting a bunch of mushrooms down. Get up to the cap, yeah. And fruit expectations. We could also back off mustard down. Yeah, that'll feed everyone. Okay. Let's preemptively also prepare a little bit more power for the next turn. Oh, I need to put that irrigation back down. Okay, let's get that irrigation down. And as you can see, the Marsquake moves around. It's not necessarily in the same place every time, I think. Okay. There we go. Big farm yields. 114 more yield, which we can go to set our crops up. Carrot or tomato? We'll go for the perennial. So we got a quest to grow peanuts. So if we got peanuts to grow, we should grow peanuts. We do have a cold snap this year, so if we do want to grow the mushroom, which we're tempted to grow because it's in high demand, we'll have to put some cold snap production down. I think over here we'll set the perennial peanuts. Okay, so that'll feed everyone. The quest technically wants more peanuts, but we'll roll with it for the moment. We are going to need more power, so we'll slap a little bit more power in. I might regret this, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more heaters in. And, oh no, I can only get one if I'm doing that. I can't put more mustard down. Could put more peanut down, but we'll hold off on the peanuts. 5 peanuts I think is good enough for progress on this quest. It's 10 for this quest, so we'll get the quest half done. So it have some of the irrigation damaged, which actually reduced the amount of food we produced. So we did lose a pop from that. Got the beans are profitable again to plant. Put those perennial tomatoes in. Oh, and I can't put peanuts down. We need 10 more food. Oh, we would need to probably put the lighting down for the beans. Though it might be worth doing that. Actually, no, it probably makes more sense. Grab some perennials that feed. And then I'll go a little bit ahead. These are going to want heat snap production later. So we'll go ahead and get the heat snap protection. Okay, I think that's good for the turn. Everything should be protected. And we'll get good tomato yields every turn. Back uptrending again. A new upgrade. We got the greenhouse upgrade. But we need cold snap and lighting. Cool. Okay, mustards are out of season. We're out of stock, but we do have peanuts back in again. Tomatoes are in demand. I probably want to do peanuts over beans. Let's do peanuts in those 5 slots. Let's just advance the quest. Get some good return on that tomato. And we're going to want more power, so let's preemptively get some power going. We're looking for food. Cricket Nursery is apparently a good place for food. But no, we're trying to also make money. In many ways, we're actually trying to make money more than we're trying to make food at this point. So we've got the money to increase food production on future turns, sort of stuff going on right now. Oops, forgot to Marsquake protect some stuff. Poor irrigation on those mustard plants keeps going. We got their pressed and high proteins, 35 extra money, we're up to 75 people now. Squash or carrots? Let's go carrots. And we're being told to grow mustard and tomatoes, which I think we've already basically got planted. Let's Marsquake protect those so we stop having the problem when they get destroyed. Wouldn't be a bad idea to grow mushrooms if we can get some places where we've got the cold snap protection. Leaves us 23 short. Let's a decent place for peanuts. Put the peanut there. Got some place with grow lamps here. We'd lose money on the wheat. We'd only be losing like 1 money on the wheat. Which is the same we'd be losing on the beans, and the wheat does the feeding portion better. And yeah, we're just sort of coiling off into more space. We are getting pretty close to the end of the map, so we're going to eventually have to start getting a little bit more space efficient instead of sprawling here. But we're also getting pretty close to, I think, the end of the scenario at this point. Should be moving on to the next settlement soon. $75 food produced, 157 earnings. Got a reward for the first Martian condiments, so 40 coins there. To 89 people. Pick up the last food type. And here he is basically giving us, hey, if you keep doing good like this, you will get moved on to the next location, which is, yeah, what's going to happen. Okay, for subsistence reasons, we're going to slap wheat in there. Do have some heat protection over here. So we'll probably put the mushrooms back in again. That feeds everyone already. Yes, we have a quest. Oh no, apparently we have a quest just to get the population to 100, which is the reward promotion. And establish society. Okay. So I suppose if we just wanted to get moved, we could just focus on growth right now, and everything should work out. Sure. Carrot's money positive, it's money neutral. So I'm just gonna toss in a bunch of things to both make food and money. Peanuts are probably the way to go. So that'll feed 120 people. That should probably be enough then. And again, we can keep sort of growing the settlement. Not that we're going to use the space, but thinking that should be enough to finish off this settlement here in the Marineris. $122 food. And yeah, I did complete the scenario. I'd like to acknowledge your hard work at both Gale, Crater, and the Valles Marineris outposts in your time as the Regional Agricultural Director. We're getting moved to Utopia Plantina, which is the third scenario. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and put a part break in here. Again, the part for usually when recording on this channel, which I try to keep 30-40 minutes long, is a little on the short side. But this is a little bit of a short game, so we're just going to do one part per map in this 4 maps. So we're about halfway through the game. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. Once again, we take a short break between parts. Drink a little bit of water, and then we'll get back to going again. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.